This is a submission video for the Comp 214 Systems Engineering Team 3. We'll start with our authentication system. Here you can see the user pressing the login button and being shown a login modal. After filling in the login details and clicking login, the user lands on the overview page. This page contains multiple cards with relevant information for quick access. The star icon above the graph represents a recommended graph. To give users flexibility in customizing their interface, we provide the users the option to add a new graph by clicking the plus icon. Here, the user is presented with a modal that shows multiple different graph options as well as quantities to be graphed against each other. The user selects a bar chart. A tick appears to signify they've selected this option. The default values populate drop-down boxes. The user clicks Save, and a new graph appears in the overview. Now we are going to consider the two options on each of our graphs. The user clicks on the pencil icon, signifying editing of that graph. Now the user is able to change one of the dimensions of the graph, for example, the y-axis, the topic, and the x-axis, the time. This means the graph now shows topic over time, and the user chooses a line graph for this by selecting the line graph image. Once again, the user clicks the Save button to store the current selection and is returned to his customized overview. The user now wants to delete the bar graph chart, and so proceeds to click on the cross at the top of the chart. Here, the user is presented with a dialog to make sure they want to delete the graph. They click on Yes, and the graph is deleted. The user now heads into Messages by clicking on the Messages tab in the sidebar. Here, the user can see a list of responses from the users of the ImproveWell application. The icon informs the users of the state of the message. For example, a closed black envelope for unread, an open black envelope for read, and an open white envelope for a message that has been replied to. The user proceeds by clicking it on the top message. This modal contains more information on the submission with the problem and solution provided, and providing a text box for the user to respond. The user types a reply to the case, checks the email reply to this user, and clicks Save for report, which generates a report on the case and stores it. The user also has a search capability, which allows them to filter the messages based on certain criteria, for example, the topic. Another option the user has is to export the current messages either as a PDF or CSV file by clicking the respective buttons. Now we move on to the administration section of the dashboard. Under the administration heading, the user clicks on the Manage Teams. This is a feature allowing the separation of members into teams. The view is made up of two sections, with the left showing teams and the right showing members. The user selects Team 2 and clicks on the plus icon at the bottom right of the members area. Here, the user searches for Michael. He's given 3 results, clicks on the member to be added, and clicks Add. So this includes Michael Berkovich in the Team 2 view. The user switches to Team 1 and clicks on the minus sign to delete the team. He then proceeds to similarly delete Liana from Team 2. Both of these options create dialogues to confirm this deletion. Continuing in our administration section in the sidebar, we have the settings option. This is a section for further customizations of colors and styles and the use of the application. Finally, the user can log out at any time by clicking the red logout button. This deauthenticates them from the system and returns them to the landing page.